All right, I'm recording now. Okay, so first, before I get started, do any of you have preliminary questions for me? You can either put them in the chat here if you don't feel like talking, or you can unmute yourself because it's a small enough group that we can, I'll just talk freely. Yeah.
I don't think I have anything off the top of my head.
Okay. And I'm sure some of the questions, if you have them, I'll probably end up going over, but I guess if you have any, ask, and I'll let you know if it's something we're going to talk about too, for Chelsea, Amy, or Jesse. Okay, I'll just get started then. Okay, so the main first thing I wanted to talk about is all the different resources that we have for you guys, since you guys are newer to sharing and all of that. Taylor Chastain just did a really awesome video on this, so I can tag you in it as well. I think it was super helpful, just kind of breaking down all the things that are available to us. But the main thing is that the groups that you should all be in is the Pink Power group, Rock Your Purpose. So Pink Power is like our big group. That's where like Fallon, I don't know if you guys know who Fallon is. She's our like diamond upline. That's her large page. And then Rochelle, who is her cousin under her, has Rock Your Purpose, which is our smaller team page. So that's a little bit more intimate. And then we have Gut Health and Happiness, which is where you can find tons of different testimonies and product questions or resources about the product, so that if you're wondering like what's in this or what does this help, that kind of stuff is in Gut Health and Happiness. And then the biz page, for those of you who are really interested in growing a large team, that will be huge too. That's Fallon's upline's big team. So that's tons and tons of people, but there's a lot of good business resources in it. And her upline, Lori Welch, has like 13 diamonds under her or something, and they're all in there sharing their resources. So that's super nice too if you want a few extra things to look at. So if you're not in any of those groups, if there's one that doesn't sound familiar to you and you want to be in it, let me know, and Taylor and I can help you. And what might be easiest is either message in our three-way chat that you have with Taylor, or right now if you want to put it in the chat, then I can write down people's names too. So if there's something that you're not in already, just let me know. Let's talk about the levels next, because this makes sense here, because I was talking about like diamond upline and all of that. So the easiest way to explain it, I think, will be, let's start from me to you guys. So if we're starting with me, Taylor is my level 1, and then you guys are my level 2s. Does that make sense? So I can only see Taylor and Amy, but if you want to just thumbs up, let me know. Good. Okay. So then anybody that you guys end up signing up would be a level 3 to me, and so on. So we get paid through level 7. So when you guys start having like level 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, we get paid for those, which is pretty awesome. I think we're one of the only companies that pays that deep, which is pretty cool. It gets a little bit, when you're first starting, I think the compensation plan can be a little bit confusing. There's just a new video released about that by Sonia Dudley, who is one of our Diamond Way uplines. And she just redid a new one today. So if you want, I can put that into our chat too. I'm going to write it for myself for that.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, and she's really awesome. If you guys want to watch videos on and just like train yourselves, which is what I did this past like year and a half, you can ask Marcus. I would be like getting ready for work, watching a new video every single day. So that's a lot of the ways that I learned things. But if you want to watch somebody, Sonia is a good one to watch. I can give you names of other people too. But anyway, so she did a new comp plan video that explained not only the levels, but like how you get paid for each thing too. Do you guys want me to kind of quickly go over some of those things? Or do you want to watch the video?
Up to you. If you think you have enough time to kind of, even just an overview of it, that would be cool. Like maybe even just level 1 through 3.
Yeah, I'll do a quick overview on some of the easier things. We get paid so many different ways that it kind of, that's what I mean, it gets kind of dicey, but it's pretty cool. So let's see. If you get, let's just talk about new joins first. So anybody that you have that joins you that is underneath you as a level 1, so somebody that you recruit onto your team, you get $25 for those people just right away, which is really cool. And then let's say you get a level 2, you get $12.50 for that person, for somebody recruiting under you. A level 3, you end up getting like $7.25, and then I think that's the last one you get paid for. So you get like stacked or like staggered money based on what level they are that joins you, which is really great. So that's just a general bonus that you get. And then each month that they continue to reorder, if they're a level 1 through level 3, you get 5 points for those people. And then each point is worth $3. So let's say you have 3 people join you in a month. The next month when they reorder, you'll have 15 points because they're each worth 5 points. So 15 points in your back office, and then $3 for each of those points, which ends up being $45 a month toward your products, or just money in your pocket, because it's actual just money that gets deposited into your bank account, or you can do a Plexus card too. So that's one way that you get paid. And then as you hit different ranks, you get bonuses too. So silver rank is 3 people, and you get $100 when you have 3 people join you. So you get $25 for each person, and then when they reorder, you get 15 per person, and then you get that $100 bonus. So it's actually a pretty good chunk of money. And then if you do that within your first 15 days, you actually get like a fast start bonus, and I think you can make $400 and something if you do that really quickly. If you do it within 30 days, it takes like 100 off, so you get 300 something. So like there's really good chunks of money for doing it in a quicker period of time, but that's really just for silver. And then after that, you get different bonuses for each rank too. But there's also a really good post on the compensation plan that I think breaks that down really well too, because I know at first it's, whoa, so much. So those are the main ways that we get paid, but then there's also other incentives that they do. Like I'm sure you guys saw that we have all those prizes that you can get this month for having people join you. If you have over 100 PV, the product volume or personal volume in your back office, you get 15% back on anything over 100 PV. And then if you have customers, you get 15% of their product orders too. Does this make sense so far? I know it's kind of a lot. And then once you get to 500 PV, you end up getting 25% back on all of that rather than just the 15, which is pretty cool. And then every ambassador that's under you, whoever's over 100 PV, all of those people, you get 5% of what they are over 100 PV. So it adds up pretty quick, which is awesome, which is really nice. So I don't know what all of your goals are, like who wants to be, like what rank, who wants to grow really big, but either way, even if you want to do, like just be a silver ambassador, you could easily make $45 a month toward your products or just back in your pocket, which is really nice, and then extra depending on how much product you're buying for yourself too. Okay, so I will give you guys the like a little more specific comp plan stuff after this. I'll make sure you have access to that because there's so many different things, which is great. Any questions on that so far? I guess just thumbs up if you're good. Okay. Okay, so this part I really wanted to make sure we are all on the same page because I think when people are newer, it's like, okay, what are all these things that I have to do now that I have a new join? I actually made a video on this, but for some reason it's gotten buried and I can't find it. But what do you do when you get a new join? First of all, you want to start a 3-way chat with them. So whoever the person is that you have recruited with you as your new ambassador, you want to have them, yourself, and then your upline in a 3-way chat. For instance, each of you, I believe, have a chat with Taylor and then me. That's our 3-way chat. So that if Taylor's ever unavailable or if there's a question that she doesn't know how to answer and I get there quicker, I can help answer those questions and vice versa. So it's just to give extra support to people so that they feel like they know what they're doing with their products. And then for like the people that decide they want to share, they have some support when they start sharing, things like that. So it's really important to start with 3-way chats. Do all of you have those with your new people, like with Taylor? No? So that's one thing.
I think Jessica has a few.
Okay.
I think she has a few though too that don't have Facebook.
Okay, that's a
Oh.
good point to make. So you can also do email or text if that works better for whoever your ambassador is. Whatever works best for them is how you want to communicate with them so that they're comfortable reaching back out to you. So three-way chat's super, super important. And then you want to make sure that they're added to 3 of the pages that we talked about earlier. So Pink Power, Rock Your Purpose, and the Gut Health page. We might be switching in October to doing things a little bit differently, but for right now, Rock Your Purpose, Pink Power, and Gut Health and Happiness. And then also for right now, we're doing welcome posts for each person in Pink Power as well. But we're talking tomorrow about doing that in Rock Your Purpose starting in October. That's like top secret information, but I'm telling you guys now anyway. So in October, we might start doing the welcome posts in our smaller team page, but for now, we're still in Pink Power, just saying like, welcome, this is our big group team page. We're really excited for you, just so that people can rally behind them and tell them how excited they are too. That helps a ton. So make sure you're doing your welcome posts for people. And then after you have somebody join with you, you want to make sure that you're following up with them and making sure that they're okay with their products. Do you guys feel comfortable with that so far? Or have you not known like what to say to people to check in? How have you felt so far with those things?
I personally, none of my people have gotten their products yet. So then once they do, I'll follow up with them. They all kind of just ordered like in the last couple of days.
Oh, so awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a really good follow-up chart that I can send, and then really good wording too, because you want to make sure, especially in that first month, that you're following up every few days, making sure, not just saying like, some people tend to ask like, are you detoxing? But we don't want to focus on that. There's really good wording, and I'll include that in what I send to you guys about just making sure like, are you getting a good routine? Are you getting your water in? Do we need to tweak something? Are you having diarrhea? Are you feeling bloated? Just so we can make sure to tweak them so that they're having a comfortable experience throughout it, and they're not just like, why am I feeling this way? You know, so I'll send some good follow-up wording to all of you, just making sure that every few days people are comfortable. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So the next thing I have on my little agenda here is talking to you guys about IPA. So that is, you can look at it a couple different ways, either income producing activity or intentional producing activity. And these are the things that Taylor and I, at least, and I don't know about the rest of you yet since you're newer, but these are things that we do every day. So there's a couple different options for that. We always do an IPA chat though that keeps us accountable, which I think Taylor and I find super useful. And if you guys want to be added into that, there's only a few days left of this month, but we can add you into the October one once we start. And that would be, so every day you'd be posting, following up with your people, and reaching out to new people about starting Plexus products. So there's 2 options. There's a 3-2-1, which is really a nice way to ease into things. That's typically where I have people start, just so it's not too much. And that would be posting up to 3 times a day, 2 reach outs, and 1 follow-up. So especially as you have just a few people on your team, that makes more sense because there's only a few people to follow up with. So that's probably what I would recommend you guys start with. But then once you get comfortable with that, there's the action stack too, which is reaching out to more people, doing some personal growth in reading, which Taylor and I do book clubs with everybody every week. We're just starting a new book tomorrow, so if you guys want to get in on that, even if you don't have the book, you can just listen. I have found a ton of value in that, and that's when I started doing the book clubs and the team calls, which that's when things started really taking off for me, and I just felt more comfortable with myself and comfortable doing the things every day. And I learned a lot about myself, and I still am, so I highly recommend joining us for those too.
What's the book called again?
this book club that we're starting is called The Road Back to You, which is about the Enneagram. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Enneagram before, but it's amazing. I've actually read like 3/4 of this book. I listened to it on my drive actually to and from the UP this summer. And it is so good. It helps you just figure out who you are as a person. It can help you strengthen your relationship with your spouse because you can kind of figure out what number they are. Super awesome. It's going to be a really good book study. So if you want to just start listening in tomorrow, I really recommend it. Even just to become a better person, you know, like that's what I've really found from book clubs specifically, just being a better friend, daughter, wife, sister, you know, I feel like I'm learning more about how to just be a better me with all the book clubs. So I highly recommend those. And then for people that really want to learn more about this business opportunity, the Monday night calls are huge for that. They're each about a half an hour long, so it's about an hour a week of like learning and developing yourself, but that's what has made me more successful. So if that's something that you're wanting, I would definitely jump into both of those. So as far as IPA though, if you guys are interested or if you want to know more about that, message in our three-way chats too, and I can explain it a bit more, and then we can add you to the actual group too. Okay, the last thing I have is I'm talking about doing like a launch party. So if you guys want to, we can do like a group party that you can invite people to. And we do have those free memberships extended now until the 30th, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if we really have enough time to do a huge launch party and get people info by then, but if you want to, we can try. I'd be up for that so that people get information and can join by the end of the month. That'd be fine with me. Or so we can either do a group one like that or we can do individuals. Does anybody feel like they'd be wanting to do some kind of launch party? Like thumbs up or wave or something? Cool. Okay. So let's plan one. Do you guys want to try to do one before the end of this sale for the free memberships? Or is that too much for the end of the month? Yeah? Okay. So let's see.
Yeah, what is it? Clearly at days because I thought we were doing this yesterday.
You're totally fine. I've had the worst jet lag, so let me tell you, I've been.
Oh God, yeah.
So today is Wednesday. The sale ends on Monday. So I feel like maybe Sunday would be a good day. Usually Sundays are good for people because they're just sitting on their couch watching TV at night anyway, and they can just scroll through posts. Would a Sunday night party work for you guys?
Yeah.
You guys?
What should I do? I guess I haven't ever had to.
Yeah,
do that.
if you want, Taylor, we can like plan it together, and then that way you can see how I set them up, and then for the future you'd be able to throw in for people too. Super simple, but yeah, that'd be awesome if you want to do it together.
Yeah.
We can chat about that later on.
Okay.
Do you guys have a time that works best for you? Are you all Central Time?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, then we.
What time is best for your schedules?
I don't know about anybody else, but I work until like 8 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. But I mean, it's a Sunday, so we're not usually busy.
Okay. Would
Evening.
what'd you say, Tay?
Could we do 8?
That would work for me. Is that okay if it's right at 8, Chelsea?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because then that way it's 9 for me, so that I can make sure that I'm still like awake and helping manage and comment on things for you guys. And then I can help in chats if I need to afterwards, since the sale does end the next day. And I think 8 is a pretty good time because people are done with dinner. They're just kind of relaxing on the couch, like I said. So I'll make a note to myself and get that set up.
Does that work for you, Amy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I
Oh,
can.
Yeah.
yes, that works for me.
Cool.
Evenings are definitely better.
Same, yeah. Jesse, I know you're, I don't think you're muted. Are you good with all this so far? Are you there? Well, we'll just make sure, I'll make sure to put an update in the chat so that everybody knows. But I'll get that set up for Sunday, probably not tonight, but Taylor, maybe you and I can just chat a bit tomorrow about getting that all ready to go. And
Sounds good.
I'll have a couple posts drop each day in that. So as you have people join or as you have people say they want to know more information, you can just add them right into the group because there will be stuff posted throughout the rest of the week so that they can get information before Sunday too. Cool. That was everything that I had for you guys. Is there anything you have questions on?
Not that I can think of.
If anything comes up, we have that group chat now. So either there, since we've all kind of been chatting, or probably best to do it in our three-way chats too, just so that things don't get super bogged down. Because sometimes I like to keep the big group chats without tons of little side conversations, just so it's not hard to scroll back up and find stuff. So if you have questions, just go to the three-way with me and Taylor, and we can always troubleshoot with you. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Nice to see everybody.
Yeah.
And I have a couple notes to myself, so I'll make sure to tag you and add some good resources into our chat right after this.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.